This is a black and white engraving of the Palace of Queen Sophialet in Mandalay, Burma, now Myanmar. It was built in the late 19th century for Queen Sophialet, the wife of King Thibaw. The palace was a grand structure, showcasing the wealth and power of the Konbaung dynasty. It was destroyed during the Second World War, but some remnants still exist. The engraving is by Cole, based on a photograph. It depicts the palace from a slightly elevated angle, showcasing its grandeur and intricate details. The style of the engraving is typical of the late 19th or early 20th century, with a focus on capturing the architectural details. The image provides a glimpse into the opulent past of Mandalay and the Konbaung dynasty. It serves as a visual record of a significant historical structure that no longer exists. The engraving was likely published in a book or magazine of the time, possibly as part of a series on Burmese architecture or royalty. The image would have been a valuable resource for historians and art historians interested in studying Burmese history and culture. Second engraving is a drawing of the Kuto Dor Pagoda in Mandalay, Myanmar. Here are some of the details I can glean from the image. The pagoda complex appears to be built in a traditional Burmese style, with numerous white stupas and buildings spread across a large area, the central stupa, likely the Kuto Dor Pagoda. The complex seems to be laid out in a symmetrical or grid-like pattern, with rows of stupas and buildings. There are trees and greenery interspersed throughout the complex. The image shows a vast landscape surrounding the pagoda, with hills or mountains in the distance. There are also what appear to be fields or cultivated areas nearby. The Kuto Dor Pagoda is known as the world's biggest book because it houses 729 marble slabs inscribed with the Tipitaka, the Buddhist scriptures. The pagoda was built in the mid-19th century during the Konbaung dynasty. The image is credited to Descinda Taylor, d'après une photographie, suggesting it was drawn by an artist named Taylor based on a photograph. The date of the image is not explicitly given, but it likely dates back to the late 19th or early 20th century, considering the style and the likely date of the photograph. The image provides a fascinating glimpse into the grandeur and scale of the Kuto Dor Pagoda complex. It showcases the intricate architecture and the vastness of the site. Third engraving described en rue de Mandalay. Gravure de Th. Girardet, d'après une photographie. This translates to, a street in Mandalay, engraving by Th. Girardet, from a photograph. The image depicts a street scene in Mandalay, likely during the colonial era. We can see buildings with European-style architecture, suggesting colonial influence, people walking on the streets, some wearing traditional Burmese clothing. Horse-drawn carriages, indicating a mode of transportation at the time. Trees lining the street. Mandalay was the last royal capital of Burma before British rule. The image likely dates back to the late 19th or early 20th century, given the presence of colonial-style buildings and horse-drawn carriages. The engraving is credited to Th. Girardet, who likely worked from a photograph. This suggests the image was created as an illustration for a book or publication. The image offers a glimpse into the past, showcasing the blend of Burmese and colonial influences in Mandalay during a period of significant historical change.